I have a confession to make. I am a bad business owner. Let me elaborate. If you guys are even remotely familiar with my Lay Spirit Designs brand, and if you're not, this is the perfect video for you to meet me. I run Lay Spirit Designs. I'm a small business owner who has built this entire brand around her own artwork and characters. And I'm a bad business owner because I have basically been gatekeeping everything about the characters I'm expecting you guys to buy merch of forever. I thought that it was way overdue for me to sit down and start giving you guys more lore and information and relatable aspects of the characters that I have been building for the last several years, and consider this the first episode of my world building series, or what I'm probably going to call it, making you obsessed with my characters. And again, these characters, like, if you have no concept, like I do artist alley conventions and I sell online and all this other stuff. I've been making merch and stickers and stuff of my original characters exclusively for the last 2 years, until recently when I brought fan merch back, but exclusively selling these characters with no story, no backgrounds, no anything except that they're cute designs. And I am still very proud of the fact that I have been able to be a successful business owner with only that, and there's nothing else backing up my characters. So anyway, I spent the last couple of years, year and a half, whatever it is, figuring out a world that all of these characters live in together. And I drew it. When I revamped my website back in February, March, I made this whole map because it's on the website, and I've referenced it, I've spoken briefly about it, and I've never shown it to anybody. So let's take a dive into Whisperfern Woods. I figured the best way to do this was a screen recording. So this is the drawing that I made of Whisperfern Woods all the way back in at least February, maybe March, I'm not entirely sure. I've had this sketched since 2024. It took me 2 years to sit down and finish it. I'm going to click this button because it's going to show you all of the areas based on name. There's more areas that I have not labeled because I don't have any characters for those areas, but I want to give myself room to expand. We have Spirit's Cottage, we have the Apothecary, we have the Woods, the Garden, Frog Hollow, the Night Sky, even though it's depicted not as night at this point, the Haunted House, and the Highway. That is Whisperfern Woods. So since I am on a campaign to introduce and normalize my characters to my audience, one of the things that I talked about last year doing was sticker packs based on the map, based on the different areas of the map and the characters and the things that you would find in those areas. I think that's probably one of the best monetary ways that I can introduce people to the characters, rather than just sticker sheets and stuff, because I can always put on the back of the sticker pack like an idea of the lore and stuff behind the characters and the area that you're buying. So like, for example, the Haunted House would have obviously Jackie and Tommy stickers, probably like bats, ghosts, pumpkins, and other spooky things, maybe some bones. Another thing that I want to do is change my business cards. I have a convention coming up, SJ Made Summer Fair. We have like 2.5 weeks for that. And I'm not entirely sure that everything that I will be working on in this vlog and probably the next vlog will get done for that. But the next show that I have after that is SAC Anime Summer in September. And I am on a mission to redeem myself from how winter went for us. Check out this vlog if you want to know about that. I will at least have all of these things for that. So that's a good thing. So anyways, the to-do list for this vlog is going to be update my business cards and start creating sticker packs, because I've been talking about it. I have ideas in my brain, I have ideas written down. I just need to sit down and actually sketch them. So I have struggled for years with figuring out how to make a cute, unique business card. I toyed a lot with the idea of a train ticket, and I've always loved the idea of having like a perforated spot that I can write like my booth number at for conventions. Doing the little punch cuts and perforation is so much more expensive than just having a regular business card. But I made a new business card holder, an acrylic standee that has periwinkle on it, and it has a QR code to my links. But I'll put up a picture of him because I guess I just haven't posted about it. Anyways, I was like, okay, how can I make the ticket thing work and draw people to actually be interested and invested? And it's like, could I talk about Whisperfern Woods? I don't think that's something interesting enough to get people excited about me or the brand. Then I thought about doing trading card ideas because Ryan is so into Pokemon cards, and you know, there's a whole collectible element of it. And I kind of already do this with my YouTube stickers. So if you find me at a convention, you say I watch you on YouTube, I give you a free sticker, and each one features a different character. I thought about like, okay, people are going to take business cards no matter what. Why not make them already explaining the characters, and then they become collectible. On the front, it can be like my logo and stuff, because I do have a new logo and it is important to me that I update from the old logo ASAP. And then on the back, it will feature different characters because I can order like 50 business cards of each one at a time. And then a little blurb about them and a cute little illustration so that you can start to build recognition with them and maybe an emotional connection. And so this is the front of the business card. I use this little background quite a lot because I like it. It's simple and it's clean and it's bright and cute, and my logo looks good against it, and I've got the website and my @ In the sketch, I did have an area up here where I put like a number in case I wanted to write my booth number at cons, but I think this is going to be bright enough already that I should be able to just write that wherever if people want it, or if I feel if it's necessary. So then on the back, I'm going to do each of the characters, and that's what we're going to do right now. I feel like this is too many to start with, and I'm not sure if I want to do 2 forms for a spirit or have her kind of like my usual, like my profile picture, have her in both forms in one. I feel like these 4 are obviously the most important because they're kind of the cornerstones at the moment of my characters, but these 4 are also important because it fleshes out the world more. And I do want to say that I don't find it entirely necessary to add any of the cryptids since they're not my own, but I do wonder if I should put the Fresno Nightcrawler in with all of these. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because obviously I can add to these whenever I want. But yeah, I kind of wonder if I should just maybe do the 4 to start, because that's gonna be like, if I order 50 of each of these business cards, that's a ton of freaking business cards. I just realized that to get these business cards, people are basically going to have to spend money either ordering from me online or paying to be at a convention that I'm at so they can come and collect my business card. I think it would be fun to do kind of a free version of this where it's not necessarily like a collectible sort of thing, but where people can still be introduced to the characters, obviously without going to the website. Like I guess that's also a free version that they can do by, you know, going to the website. But I have another fun idea that probably will be even better because it's keeping my characters at the forefront of people's minds. So let's go take a look at this week's sponsor, OmniSend, to see what my big idea is. So if you guys have been around for the last month or so, you will already be familiar with OmniSend. Very powerful email marketing company. I have switched both of my businesses over to using OmniSend for the email marketing and everything basically that pertains to me sending you emails about my businesses. So you can go back and check out those vlogs if you want to see how I set up my welcome email for spooky stickers, how I signed up with OmniSend for spooky stickers, or watch me set up my first email campaign for Lay Spirit. The thought that I had was setting up an automation email with OmniSend for Lay Spirit. So when I have people join the newsletter, or I think I can actually, let's click create and see. Basically, the automation I have in mind is introducing the world of my characters and my characters individually in a staggered, like, I don't know, every 2 weeks, maybe once a month email to subscribers who fit a certain bill. I just don't know what it is yet, the best way to go about this part. This is the first email automation of this sort that I have ever done. What is this? So we're learning this together. So I have the trigger to enter them into this workflow to be subscribed to marketing. So the first email that I want to send, I want it to be about the Lay Spirit world, to show off the map. Let's create the content. Add elements. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. There we go. Right, so add an element. Let's add some text. Maybe I want this to be that color and this can be white. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm gonna drop in products. Okay. All right, so that is my email, and I haven't finished them yet. So as soon as I have finished the trading card designs and the different character bios, I'm going to add to this automation. I don't know how often I want it to send out. You guys let me know what you think, how often I should send them out. Maybe like once every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, and once a month. Let me know. But that is the super, super uncomplicated process of setting up an automation. There's a lot of stuff that you can dive into, which is exciting. And this can certainly become something much bigger, and I can do different automation stems and different workflows from this. So I'm gonna get this going. Yeah, I'm excited. So if you guys want to be able to see the Whisperfern Woods introduction and get the emails about the characters, definitely be sure to join the newsletter. There's a pop-up right when you go to my website at layspiritdesigns.com. But yeah, definitely excited to see how people respond to these. And thank you so much to OmniSend for sponsoring this week's video. I spent the last couple of days making these, and I'll put a better picture of them up on the screen. I decided, these are for the business cards, I decided to start with 6 characters for now. Technically 5, because there's 2 forms of spirit. And these ones felt the most important because they are the most recognizable and the most consistent characters that I used so far. And then as far as like human spirit and Ryan's apothecary character, were the faces of the booth when you're at conventions with us. And of course the faces of the brand. So it felt important to have them in there and show how they tie into the lore and everything. And then I started to do a mock-up of the business cards. I'm honestly super not into it. I thought that having either the background of the map or the background of the dedicated area of that character back there would look good, but it doesn't. There's too much going on. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board with this one and make sure it's really something that I'm happy with. And I've already decided that the text box, I'm gonna make it an actual solid text box. It's not gonna be translucent. And of course the text will be more colorful and stand out. But I just kind of wanted to play with this today and see if I was onto something, and I'm not, so it's back to the drawing board. There's so much about this that I'm like, you have been talking about these things for years, just hurry up and get it done. Like, just do it, don't care what it looks like. But at the same time, this is a piece of me going out, and like, I feel like especially stuff for the brand, I am so used to letting it slack that I want it to now, like I want to take my time and make it look good. Nobody's expecting this stuff. I mean, maybe now you guys will, since I've done a video about it. But nobody except me is expecting this stuff. And I just need to remember that if I'm putting stuff out that I'm not happy with, that I'm going to keep putting myself into positions that I feel like I need to change up. And if I do take my time and make sure I am happy with it, that I'll keep them for a long time. And I don't have to do extra work. So I'm going to noodle on the business cards. Luckily, I'm not in dire need of business cards. I still have plenty of the old little square ones with the old logo, and that is definitely what I will bring with me to SJ Made. And I didn't think that these would be printed in my hand in time anyways to go to SJ Made. So the goal is still to have them for Sac Summer, but I'm gonna noodle on them. At least the designs are done, and I'm relatively happy with them. I'm still like, there's something off about Human Spirit, and I can't figure it out. And I feel like if I just leave it for longer than a couple of days, that I'll figure it out and maybe redraw her, but it's good enough for now. So anyway, the last task I want to do is start working on sticker pack sketches. So while I do that, I actually want to tell you guys a little bit of lore and insight about my character Spirit, because she is the face of the brand. She is the main character, whether or not, you know, Periwinkle fans have seen that. So let's do some sketching and learn about Spirit. Spirit is the main mascot and, of course, the namesake of my brand, Lay Spirit Designs. For years, she was just a cute round ghost, but in late 2023, when I was adding more characters to this little world of mine, I thought it would be cute to make her actually a witch, who is basically me, let's be real. Spirit the Witch made her debut in 2024, but I never shared anything other than this graphic that I like to use everywhere because it's cute and I really still like this drawing. But in my world of Whisperfern Woods, she's a shy little witch who lives in a cottage near the woods and has a fear of putting herself out there and making friends. One day, she comes up with a spell that allows her to project her spirit, out into the world as a little ghost, giving her the confidence to interact with the local characters and creatures without being perceived, so to speak. She's come to be very good friends with Periwinkle the Mushroom Boy, and she has a big crush on the local apothecary. Alright, so I've basically sketched out a lot of different concepts for this sticker pack. Out of, I think, I have 7 total sticker packs planned. But this one, once I get it into Procreate, it'll be pretty quick to render these, and then it's just a matter of designing the little house sticker pack thing that I have here, and printing, cutting, and then assembling. But I think this is gonna be a slower process than I anticipated, because I'm trying to learn pushing through, I guess, indifference is maybe the right word, or I don't know. My muse is elsewhere right now and it's really struggling, but I'm trying to practice. You're noisy. I'm trying to practice being productive and doing these things even when I'm not fully inspired to do them. So I know that you can probably see in these doodles that I am not into it, but I have to be because they're my characters and I can't always be into my business. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. Let me know what you guys thought about this style of vlog, because I do have a few more planned. I want to be able to properly introduce everybody in the Lay Spirit world. And have that information out there and start posting things, especially on Instagram, about my characters so that people will become more familiar with them. Because when I'm telling my best friend about details I thought were pretty obvious, without saying about my characters and they didn't know, then I'm obviously doing a very bad job. So let me know what you thought, and comment below your guesses for who next vlog's character is going to be about. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!
And that's why I wish you the best.